Interpreting the film Eternity from a Buddhist perspective, Part 5.
This podcast episode is about the film Eternity and, more specifically, its main characters. We'll explore the different perspectives on life and paths to enlightenment they represent. Let's start with the character of Yubadi. In the movie, Yubadi scoffs at Shang Meng's ideal of contributing to society, seeing it as an escape from reality. She mocks him, saying he lives in a fantasy world. Ironically, the freedom she seeks, breaking all worldly ethical bonds, is what Buddhism calls entanglement. Her definition of freedom is I do what I want. I hang out with whoever I want. But is that truly freedom? When you do whatever you please, you often infringe on others' freedom. More importantly, this kind of self-indulgent behavior is a result of being bound by delusions and habits. True freedom comes from having no attachments. Yet her heart is full of attachment to desire and pleasure. That's not freedom. It's a burden and a source of suffering. Yubadi's actions perfectly illustrate the four inverted views in Buddhism. Seeing impermanent things as permanent and suffering as pleasure. She mistakes self-indulgence for freedom and suffering for happiness. -1 while actively promoting these wrong views to Shang Meng. Why was Shang Meng's right view shaken? Shang Meng was a man of ideals who was passionate about doing good and contributing to society. So why was he swayed by Yubadi's wrong views? There were two key factors: influence and breach. Yubadi's strategy was to influence him. Through books and daily conversations, she slowly chipped away at his inner resolve. Shang Meng knew the right views in theory, but his beliefs weren't solid because he lacked practical experience. Yubadi seized this opportunity to seep in, and with continuous influence, she colored Shang Meng's once pure heart. The real breach came when Yubadi saved the woman bitten by a snake. While Shang Meng and the butler were at a loss, Yubadi, with her medical knowledge, skillfully helped her. In that moment, she showed pure goodness, and her actions even surpassed Shang Meng's own efforts. This event earned her his admiration, and that admiration created a weakness, causing him to look favorably on everything about her. This is what's known as loving the house and the crew on its roof. This reminds us that while rejoicing in merits is important, we must do so with wisdom. We should only praise a person's good deeds and not blindly accept everything about them just because we admire them in one aspect. Shang Meng's problem was that while he excelled in other areas, he was lacking in the fundamental skills of rejoicing in merits, which led him to accept her wrong views after admiring her good deeds. The old master's miraculous wisdom of observation throughout Yubadi and Shang Meng's entanglement. The old master remains clear-headed and insightful. When Yubadi confesses her love for Shang Meng, he simply agrees. Shang Meng is a very charming person. This is the backing of his miraculous wisdom of observation. What is this wisdom? It's not just simple observation. It's the ability to see the nature, cause, and ultimate outcome of things. When the old master sees Yubadi's unseemly behavior driven by her cravings for Shang Meng, he doesn't feel disgusted. He knows this is a normal expression of sentient beings lost in greed, hatred, ignorance, arrogance, and doubt. Observing Yubadi's unseemly state helps him become more aware and reminds him not to fall into the same trap. This is what makes the old master so clever. He doesn't just observe others, he reflects on himself. He uses Yubadi as a mirror, and by observing her suffering, he confirms the truths of Buddhism. He knows that all beings are setting traps, and a practitioner can use these traps to experience and confirm the truth, leading to enlightenment. Yubadi's eventual suicide was a result of tasting extreme suffering and wanting to escape it. However, she only realized I am suffering now, not what the root cause of the suffering was. How do we attain enlightenment? We often wonder why we still can't attain enlightenment after experiencing so much suffering. That's because you've only felt the suffering, but you lack the right view. Without it, You can't see the problem correctly and you'll be trapped in a cycle of greed and hatred. Only by establishing the right view can you understand the root causes of suffering. The right view is like a lighthouse in the dark, guiding you out of the fog of ignorance. It tells you your heart is burdened with a pile of things. That is not freedom. That is a load. Only when your right view is strong enough can you resist external influences and the encroachment of wrong views. The old master remained clear-headed because he had a strong foundation of right view. He could see others and become aware of himself. This is the manifestation of the miraculous wisdom of observation. In contrast, Shang Meng fell into the trap because his right view was not yet fully developed. It was only at a theoretical level and had not been tested by practice. So, the characters in the movie show us three different states of being: Yu Bai's ignorance, Shang Meng's undeveloped right view, and the old master's enlightenment. Which one do you feel you're most like, or which path do you think you're on?